My name is Eric Christensen. I work for Wake Med at the Center for Innovative Learning. I've been involved in simulation for about the last 6 years or so. Started when I was working as a flight paramedic. We had a simulator that was just kind of sitting there. I had a little bit of interest in it and asked if I could be allowed to play with it, and they told me go ahead. So I basically got a simulation program up and running for the company I was working for at the time, because they had one just sitting around, and it got into my blood and I couldn't leave it alone, and so I ended up with Wake Med doing simulation there. My official title is Regional Simulation Coordinator, and so my job is to take simulation out to the region, not only for our hospital but for the local area around our hospital, and as far away as people would like to bring us in and have us help them out with their simulation. Everybody thinks simulation is great, but simulation is not without cost. And so there's always some type of buy-in. You have to show them that there's value in the training that you're going to do for them or help them achieve. And once you can show that value, once they understand that simulation takes a lot of problems that you have when you do clinical time versus doing time with simulation, I think that they really start to understand that simulation has a great value. That's a difficult question to answer, because simulation is growing so often, and it goes into directions I never thought it would have gone. And so to try to outthink what others are thinking is very difficult to do. But I would like to see, and I think we're seeing it now, the simulators are becoming more and more realistic. It used to be that you had a recess Annie of the old days. When you did a simulation with a mannequin like that, you got all of your information from the facilitator or the instructor. And we've gotten to the point now where we're getting a lot of our information from the mannequin now. But there are still some things that the mannequin can't give you. For instance, skin temperature, skin color is getting better. But there are some things that you just can't get from a mannequin. But I think we're moving to the point where even those things that we still rely on a facilitator or an instructor to give us, we're moving into a phase where we can get that information from a simulator. And that's what I'm excited about. That's what I like to see, is because the more realistic it becomes, the more I think we are able to teach the students that come through, and those that we are working with get more value for what they're spending their money on. I think that anytime you get people that have the same goals and the same experience with simulation together, I think everybody's a little bit elevated, because you start bouncing ideas off of one another versus, if I'm talking to somebody who's never done it before, there's a learning curve that they have to go through before they understand what simulation truly is. And when you get a group together like this, everybody's already been through that learning curve to one extent or another. And so I think that the ideas are a little more free-flowing when you get a group together like this, and you start getting excited when you start hearing what other people are doing and realize we have the ability to do that, we haven't thought of that. And so I think that's a lot of what conferences like this do, is give us, those of us that are in simulation, the ability to network with others, see what they're doing, and together when we start seeing what other people are doing, we come up with new ideas. We can always take it one step further. And so I think that helps us to take our programs and what we're doing just a little bit further than we would have had we not gotten together like this.